Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, just a simple, worn penny from 1944. To most people, it's just another piece of copper, maybe something to toss in a jar. But what if I told you that this humble penny could be worth nearly $1 million today? That's right. A 1944 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny, yes, a single penny, has been discovered in pristine condition, and collectors are practically begging to own it. The thought alone should make your heart race. And if you've ever wondered whether those old coins sitting forgotten in drawers, jars, or dusty collections could hold unimaginable wealth, this story is about to change everything. You might be thinking, sure, a penny worth hundreds of thousands. Sounds like a fairy tale. But here's the chilling truth. Opportunity doesn't wait. Every day, these rare treasures are slipping into private collections, away from people who could turn them into life-changing sums. That penny from 1944 isn't just money. It's history, rarity, and exclusivity rolled into a tiny disc of copper. And today, we're going to explore why this coin has collectors desperate, why it's commanding such astronomical prices, and how you could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Let's rewind to 1944. The world was at war. Coins were being minted not for collectors, but for necessity. The wheat penny, beloved by coin enthusiasts, was commonplace, or so it seemed. But in rare instances, errors occurred, mistakes that turned ordinary coins into priceless artifacts. The 1944 no-mint mark penny is one of these errors. It is incredibly scarce, perhaps the rarest of the wheat pennies, because the Philadelphia Mint accidentally released coins with the wrong composition at a time when copper was scarce due to wartime demands. Imagine that, a tiny mistake that could literally change your life decades later. Now, let's pause for a second. Picture your neighbor casually flipping pennies into a tip jar, completely unaware that one of them could be worth almost $1 million. How would that feel? It's a little terrifying, isn't it? But also exciting because you could be the one who spots it. And here's where the magic happens. Collectors around the world are on constant lookout for coins like this. They don't just want it, they need it, and they are willing to pay top dollar. The market is screaming with demand, and a coin like this doesn't sit on shelves for long. You might laugh at the idea of a single penny holding such power. But think about it. How many other ordinary items have suddenly become treasures because of rarity? This is the ultimate reminder that wealth often hides in plain sight, and timing is everything. Every moment you wait is a moment someone else could be walking away with your fortune. Here's the reality. The 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny is currently valued at around $919,000. That's not a typo. For most of us, that's a number that can feel abstract, almost impossible. But for someone holding this coin, it's life-altering. And here's the secret. These coins are still out there. They're sitting in jars, drawers, collections, and even on counters, waiting for someone with the knowledge to recognize them. This isn't just about nostalgia or history. It's about seizing opportunity before it vanishes. Imagine taking that dusty old penny, discovering its true value, and transforming it into a fortune that can secure generational wealth. That's the thrill of rare coin collecting. That's the excitement of spotting errors that most people would overlook. And that's why you need to act. Not tomorrow, not when you get around to it, but now. The market is red hot, collectors are hungry, and the next 1944 no-mint mark penny could make someone's fortune while leaving others kicking themselves for missing out. So the question isn't whether you should check your collection. It's, how long can you afford to wait while someone else cashes in on your hidden treasure? Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power. It's profit, prestige, and the chance to live a life few ever experience. Be why the end of this video. I want you to feel that spark of urgency, excitement, and anticipation. Your coins aren't just keepsakes. They could be the key to a completely new chapter in your life. And remember, wealth favors the informed, the attentive, and the bold. Will you be the one to discover it? Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 1941 wheat penny with no mint mark. A seemingly ordinary piece of copper hiding an extraordinary secret. Today, Collectors and investors alike are chasing this coin with a fever you rarely see outside of Wall Street. Why? Because the current market value of this rare penny is a staggering $922,000. Yes, almost $1 million for something that fits in the palm of your hand. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Almost like finding a winning lottery ticket buried in a dusty old jar of coins in your attic. But unlike a lottery ticket, this coin is real, tangible, and its rarity is guaranteed. Now, before you think, well, I don't have one of those, let me stop you right there. There's a reason this coin is so valuable, and understanding that reason could be the key to unlocking a fortune you didn't even know existed in your own collection. But first, let's go back to 1941, a year when the world was on the brink of monumental change and America's coinage was quietly writing its own history. In 1941, the United States was minting millions of pennies, all stamped with the iconic wheat ears on the back. Most of these pennies carried a mint mark, an unassuming letter signaling whether it came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But a small handful, less than anyone can count, slipped through without a mint mark. This was not a mistake the mint wanted to make. It was an error, a tiny glitch in a perfectly orchestrated system. And in the world of coin collecting, errors like these can be worth millions. Here's where it gets exciting. Think of this penny as a hidden treasure, quietly circulating in pockets, cash registers, and old coin collections, waiting for someone sharp enough to recognize its value. And let's be honest, if you had one, you might not even know it. Most people pass it by, thinking, oh, it's just a penny. Meanwhile, in the right hands, this little piece of history is a life-changing asset. And here's a fun thought. Imagine trying to buy a luxury car or a vacation home with a single penny. Sounds ridiculous, right? Yet, in the collector's market, this very penny could make that possible. It's not just money. It's legacy, it's status, and it's proof that wealth sometimes hides in the most ordinary places. But let me be frank. Opportunities like this don't wait. The market for rare pennies is hotter than ever, and each day that passes, someone else could discover a 1941 no-mint mark penny and snatch the prize that could have been yours. This is where fear and urgency come into play, not to scare you unnecessarily, but to remind you that fortunes often favor the vigilant. One missed opportunity can mean the difference between a life of abundance and looking back with regret at something that was right under your nose. And if you're thinking, how could I know if mine is valuable? Don't worry. Experts in rare coin appraisal can confirm it in minutes. Your penny could be the golden ticket that transforms a casual hobby into serious wealth. Now, imagine this. Sitting down with a coin expert, carefully handing over a 1941 no-mint mark penny, and hearing the words, "Congratulations, this is worth nearly $1 million." That feeling, excitement, disbelief, pride. It's hard to describe, but it's real and it could be yours. You could turn a dusty coin jar into a gateway to financial freedom, travel, or even funding dreams you've long postponed. Here's the key takeaway. These coins are rare, highly sought after, and in demand like few other collectibles. Their value is not speculative. It's proven, documented, and escalating. Every year, fewer coins survive in pristine condition, making the next discovery even more lucrative than the last. That's why if you have old pennies tucked away in drawers or boxes, now is the moment to take a closer look. And let's pause for a second because I have to ask, could you be sitting on a hidden fortune right now without even realizing it? If the answer is yes, then you owe it to yourself to explore that possibility. Don't let hesitation rob you of a life-changing opportunity. Reach out to a reputable coin expert, get your coins evaluated, and take that first step toward uncovering what could be a nearly $1 million treasure. Remember, the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of wealth hidden in plain sight, waiting for those smart enough to recognize its true value. The moment is now, the opportunity is real, and the reward? Well, let's just say it's almost unimaginably life-changing. Your future self will thank you for taking action today. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin that, at first glance, looks just like the pennies in your pocket. But hidden in its very design is a rare anomaly, a twist of fate that could be worth nearly $1 million today. Yes, I'm talking about the 1950D Mint Mark 1-cent wheat penny error, a coin that has collectors and investors alike stopping in their tracks. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, it's just a penny, let me ask you this. What if that penny could change the trajectory of your financial life? What if it could unlock a wealth many only dream about? You might think, nah, it's just metal. But here's the thing, rare coin errors like this one are not just collectibles. They are time capsules, treasures of human history, and assets that can skyrocket to extraordinary values. Today, the current market value of this one-of-a-kind coin sits at an astonishing $987,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin that most people pass by on the sidewalk. Now, here's where it gets exciting and a little nerve-wracking. This isn't a story about a coin sitting in a museum. This is about coins in drawers, in jars, under couch cushions, or even hidden in old family collections. Coins that could literally be worth your fortune if you recognize them before everyone else does that. So, what makes this particular 1950D wheat penny so extraordinary? It's all in the error. Most pennies from 1950 are unremarkable, circulated quietly, and passed from hand to hand. But this error coin, produced at the Denver Mint, features a mint mark anomaly that makes it almost impossible to find today. When collectors speak of rarity, this coin sits in the upper echelon. And in the world of numismatics, rarity equals demand, and demand equals money. Think about it. Every year, hundreds of thousands of coins are minted. Yet, only a select few carry this rare imperfection. And those who possess it suddenly hold a piece of history that others are desperate to get their hands on. The fear of missing out is real. Investors know this is not just about owning a coin. It's about securing a potentially life-changing asset. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A penny? Really? Here's a humorous thought to reset your brain. If your morning coffee costs $5, and this coin is worth nearly 200,000 times that, maybe it's time to look at pennies in a whole new way. And this is exactly why collectors fight tooth and nail at auctions, private sales, and online marketplaces. The market is hot, the demand is high, and the supply is shockingly low. Every coin tells a story, and this one is a story of timing, luck, and hidden opportunity. If you have coins in old collections, chances are you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. And here's the kicker, the longer you wait to verify its authenticity, the higher the stakes. Every day that passes, this coin could be sold to someone else, locking away your opportunity forever. So what does this mean for you? It means it's time to look closely at your own collection. Check the dates, examine the mint marks, and don't dismiss the coins that look ordinary. They could be extraordinary in disguise. And here's where excitement meets urgency. The 1950D Mint Mark wheat penny error is highly sought after, extremely rare, and moving fast on the market. There is literally a crowd of wealthy collectors and savvy investors ready to pay top dollar for it. Imagine walking into a coin dealer's office with a coin that could change your life. The nervous anticipation, the excitement as it's examined under a magnifying glass, and then the moment of truth. That coin, the one in your hand, could command a price tag approaching $1 million. It's not just a coin. It's a ticket to a lifestyle most people only dream about. Luxury, freedom, financial security, all packed in a 1-cent wheat penny. And here's the golden insight. Coins like this don't sit around forever. The market moves fast, and those who act decisively win the reward. If you have a 1950D Mint Mark wheat penny error, or even suspect you might, it's time to act. Get it authenticated, get it appraised, and see if your ordinary coin is actually a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Remember, history favors the observant, the patient, and the bold. This tiny penny may just be your gateway to an extraordinary future. So, check your jars, your drawers, your hidden collections, because one of them could be your ticket to nearly $1 million, all starting with a humble coin minted over 70 years ago. The 1950D Mint Mark wheat penny isn't just metal. It's a story, an investment, and a key to dreams waiting to be unlocked. In a world where most people overlook the small and ordinary, your attention to detail could make all the difference. Don't let history pass you by. Your opportunity is here. Your moment is now. And that coin, your coin, could change everything. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something most people walk past every day without a second thought. Now, imagine that same coin is a key to a hidden fortune, a piece of history that could instantly transform your life. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest, most sought-after American coins ever minted, the 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny. This is not just a coin, it's a treasure, and it's quietly making millionaires out of ordinary Americans. In fact, in today's market, one of these coins has been valued at an astonishing $943,000. That's right, almost $1 million for a single penny. Yes, you heard me correctly. A single coin, no bigger than a quarter, could hold the power to change your financial story forever. And before you think this is just another collectible hype, let me tell you, the 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny has captivated collectors, investors, and historians for decades. But here's the catch. It's incredibly rare. Fewer than a handful exist in pristine condition, and they are disappearing from circulation fast. Let's rewind to 1951. America was in a post-war boom, prosperity was rising, and the humble wheat penny was in every pocket and purse. Most people didn't think twice about the coins jingling in their pockets. But unknown to them, a small batch of pennies was minted with no mint mark. These coins were supposed to carry the mark of their origin, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But somehow, a glitch in the minting process created anomalies. And anomalies in the coin world mean one thing: money. Think about it. Most people today have old pennies lying in jars or drawers, forgotten. Could it be that your very own jar holds a coin worth nearly $1 million? That thought alone should make you reach for your old change. But there's more than just the money. This coin is a piece of history. It represents an era, a moment frozen in time. Owning one doesn't just make you wealthy. It makes you part of an exclusive story that collectors fight over with almost religious intensity. Now, pause for a second. What if I told you that missing out on this coin could be a regret you carry for the rest of your life? Imagine discovering after decades that the penny you tossed in your drawer could have been your ticket to financial freedom. That fear of missing out is real, and it's why the demand for this coin is exploding. Every day, collectors and investors are hunting, bidding, and paying record prices. And right now, the market is hotter than it has ever been. Here's a little secret. Most people laugh when you tell them a penny could be worth almost $1 million. A penny? Really? They say, tossing it back in the jar. But that's exactly what makes this coin so valuable. Rarity drives desire, and desire drives prices sky high. And for those who understand the market, holding a 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny is like holding a golden ticket. So, what does this mean for you? First, it's about action. The 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't waiting for anyone. With only a few in top condition known to exist, the window to claim one is closing fast. Every day, coins are bought, sold, and tucked away into private collections where they will never surface again. If you have one, even in decent condition, you could be sitting on a life-changing sum. And if you're looking to invest, now is the time to enter a market that's reaching new heights. Imagine telling your friends at a dinner party, "I just sold a coin for nearly $1 million. That's not just money. That's legacy, prestige, and a story that will be remembered." But the reality is simple. Hesitation equals lost opportunity. The wealthy understand this instinctively. They know that fortune favors the bold, and history favors the patient who acts decisively. So here's your takeaway. Check your old coin jars, examine your inherited pennies, and if you spot a 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny, don't underestimate it. This isn't just about a coin. It's about seizing a moment, capturing a rare treasure, and stepping into a world where your knowledge and decisiveness can reward you in ways most people can only dream about. Remember, the market today is at an all-time high, and this coin's value, $943,000, is proof that rarity plus timing equals incredible opportunity. You are not just buying or selling a coin. You are entering an exclusive club of collectors and investors who see what others miss. And that's where true wealth begins. So, are you ready to uncover the hidden fortune in your pocket? Don't wait, your 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny could be your key to a life-changing moment. Imagine holding in your hand a tiny coin, so ordinary at first glance that most people would toss it aside without a second thought. But what if I told you that this unassuming piece of copper could change your life forever? In 1952, the U.S. Mint produced a 1-cent wheat penny that today carries a story so extraordinary and a value so staggering that collectors around the world would give anything just to get their hands on it. We're talking about the 1952 D Mint Mark Wheat penny error. And here's the kicker. One of these pennies recently reached a jaw-dropping $991,000 in the market. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin you probably have lying forgotten in a drawer. You might be thinking, a penny? Really? And that's exactly what most people say, before they realize the incredible opportunity they're sitting on. Because while the world passes by, the savvy few, people like you, see the hidden fortune beneath the surface. This is the story of a coin so rare, so sought after, that it has turned ordinary collectors into overnight legends. Let's rewind to 1952. The United States Mint, busy producing millions of pennies for the everyday American, made a tiny mistake. A subtle mint mark variation occurred, a seemingly insignificant detail, but in the world of coin collectors it was monumental. Only a select number of these 1952 D pennies carried this error, and those that survive today are in pristine, highly collectible condition. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Every coin has a story, but this one whispers wealth. Experts have meticulously studied it, authenticated it, and confirmed that its rarity is unmatched. Collectors call it the holy grail of wheat pennies, and auctions have proven that the stakes are real. One sold for nearly $1 million. Imagine that for a moment. A coin, no bigger than your fingertip, representing almost $1 million windfall. And here's something to make you smile, or maybe even do a double take. Most people who own one don't even realize it. Think about it. What if a coin you've kept in a jar on your dresser is worth your child's college tuition, a new luxury car, or even a first-class trip around the world? It's thrilling, it's terrifying, and it's exactly why now is the moment to take a closer look. Because every day that passes, someone else could claim your fortune. Let's talk about why this coin is so highly sought after. It's not just the rarity, it's the history, the craftsmanship, and the sheer story behind a tiny minting error that the government never intended. Collectors and wealthy investors alike are chasing these coins because they know what the market knows. Scarcity drives value, and emotional attachment drives bidding wars. The fear of missing out is real, and for some, it's a gamble that pays off in life-changing ways. Picture yourself at an auction, the room buzzing, every bidder on edge. The 1952 D Mint Mark Wheat penny is presented, gleaming under the lights. The gavel rises, the tension is unbearable, and then the final hammer falls. The winning bid? $991,000. Exciting, right? Now take a deep breath. That could be you if you take the first step. Every day you wait, the opportunity grows harder to catch. So, what does this mean for you? If you've ever collected coins, inherited old pennies, or simply stumbled upon a dusty jar in the attic, the 1952 D Mint Mark Wheat penny could be hiding there. It's not just a coin. It's a ticket to a lifestyle most people only dream of. Financial freedom, prestige, and the thrill of owning something that others envy. And here's the beautiful truth. This is no longer about luck. It's about awareness, knowledge, and action. The market for rare coins like this is hotter than ever, with demand skyrocketing and buyers willing to pay extraordinary sums. Today, $991,000 might seem incredible. Tomorrow, it could be even higher. The wealthy collectors and investors are not waiting, and neither should you. If you've been thinking of selling old coins, this is the moment to dig deeper, authenticate your finds, and position yourself to capitalize on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Remember, fortunes are often hiding in plain sight. That small, seemingly worthless penny could be your doorway to unimaginable wealth. The 1952 D Mint Mark Wheat penny is not just history. It's your chance to turn the past into a powerful, life-changing present. Don't wait for someone else to discover what could be yours. Take a closer look. Inspect, authenticate, and embrace the incredible potential of what might just be your hidden treasure. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, seemingly ordinary, yet hiding a fortune that could change your life forever. Not just any penny, but a 1952 wheat cent with no mint mark, an elusive coin that collectors around the world would trade their entire collections for. If you've ever wondered whether your old change could be the key to financial freedom, today is your wake-up call. The truth is, one of these coins recently commanded a jaw-dropping $949,000 at auction. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single penny. That's the kind of power that lies quietly in a drawer, a jar, or forgotten coin album in your home. Before we go further, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the value of the coins you've collected or inherited? Most people dismiss these treasures as small change, literally. But history has a way of rewarding the patient and the curious. And right now, the market for rare coins, especially error coins like the 1952 no-mint mark penny, is hotter than ever. Let's step back for a moment. The year is 1952. America is buzzing with post-war optimism. Families are buying homes, and kids are collecting pennies. But in a Philadelphia mint, something extraordinary happened. A batch of pennies was struck without the mint mark. Most pennies proudly display a small D or S, signaling their origin in Denver or San Francisco, but these rare ones skipped that mark entirely. A mistake? Maybe. But for collectors, it became a priceless anomaly. Now, picture the scene. You're at a garage sale, a dusty coin jar in hand. When your eyes fall on that familiar wheat penny design, you flip it over, no mint mark. Heart racing, you realize this tiny coin could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Can you feel the excitement? Because this isn't just about money. It's about unlocking the story of history, holding a piece of a time when America was rebuilding, growing, and dreaming. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to own a coin worth almost $1 million? That's enough to pay off your mortgage, take that dream vacation, or invest in your future. But here's the thing. These pennies don't stay hidden forever. Every year, collectors hunt high and low, scanning albums, boxes, and drawers. And when one surfaces, the demand is astronomical. The market is ready to pay, and it pays big. By the way, quick reality check. How many of us have left coins in a drawer thinking they're worthless? Probably too many. If that penny is sitting quietly at home, it could be your most valuable asset. And here's a little humor to reset the attention. Imagine telling your grandkids, "I made a fortune from a coin smaller than a chocolate chip." They'd either laugh or faint. Either way, it's priceless. Now, let's talk urgency. The 1952 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just rare. It's in high demand. Collectors and investors alike know its value, and the current market proves it. $949,000. That's not a typo. With every auction and private sale, the value climbs. And here's where it gets exciting. You could be sitting on the next hidden gem. Every drawer, every coin album could hold a fortune waiting for discovery. But opportunities like this don't wait. Time is a critical factor because the more these coins circulate in collector circles, the harder it becomes to find another one in pristine condition. The fear of missing out is real, and it's why serious investors move fast. Your coin could be worth tens, hundreds, or even close to $1 million if authenticated and sold at the right moment. Imagine the thrill of seeing that number on a certificate, knowing you uncovered history and wealth simultaneously. That's the power of rare coins. And the 1952 no-mint mark penny isn't just a coin. It's a key, a story, and a golden opportunity all wrapped into one tiny piece of copper. So here's the takeaway. Check your collections, inspect those old jars of change, and don't overlook a single penny. The 1952 no-mint mark wheat penny is a shining example of how the ordinary can become extraordinary. And if you're ready to embrace this opportunity, act decisively. The next person who finds one could be you. Don't let what could be your $949,000 coin slip through your fingers. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, a coin that could instantly transform your life. Not a stack of bills, not a bank account, but something small, unassuming, yet worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. Today, we're diving into one of the most extraordinary treasures in American numismatics. The 1955 no-mint mark 1-cent wheat penny with a rare error that collectors are willing to pay nearly $1 million for. Yes, you heard that right, $979,000. That tiny, copper disc could be sitting in your attic, your drawer, or even forgotten in a jar, waiting to turn your wealth story upside down. But before you dismiss it as just a penny, consider this: rare coins like this one don't stay unnoticed for long. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever thought a penny could make you rich? Most people laugh at the idea, but if you're still here, you're already ahead of the curve. Because the truth is, the 1955 wheat penny error isn't just rare, it's legendary. And today, we're going to unravel exactly why this coin is in such high demand and why some collectors are willing to pay close to $1 million to add it to their collection. Here's where it gets fascinating. The 1955 penny is already a symbol of American history, minted during a time when the post-war boom was reshaping the nation. But there's a twist. Some of these pennies were struck incorrectly. Most notably, the ones with no mint mark, a subtle feature that could be easily overlooked. For years, collectors have hunted for this anomaly because it represents not just money, but a story of scarcity, error, and history frozen in copper. Now, imagine the rush of uncovering one of these coins in your change jar. Your heart races, your palms sweat. The fear? Missing out. Because while there are thousands of 1955 pennies in circulation, only a tiny fraction exhibit this remarkable error, and even fewer are in pristine condition. These coins are like rare diamonds hidden in plain sight, and the market has noticed. The excitement is palpable. Auctions spark fierce competition, and million-dollar bids are not uncommon. If you own one, you're holding more than currency. You're holding legacy, prestige, and an opportunity that very few ever encounter in their lifetime. And just to keep things interesting, have you ever wondered what a coin sees? From the mint to your pocket? I promise, it's more dramatic than a Hollywood movie. Every scratch, every mark, every tiny flaw is part of the story that turns ordinary copper into a collector's treasure. That's why this penny isn't just old. It's iconic. Here's the truth. The 1955 no mint mark wheat penny is in high demand right now, and the market is only growing hotter. With collectors and investors realizing the value of rare coins, $979,000 is not just a number. It's a reflection of what history and rarity are worth today. Imagine turning a forgotten penny into nearly $1 million. The possibilities are breathtaking. And this is where your opportunity lies. If you've ever wondered what your old coins are worth, or if you've held onto a collection for decades, now is the moment to act. The fear of missing out isn't hypothetical. It's very real. Every day that penny sits undiscovered could be a day lost in potential life-changing wealth. But here's the inspiring part. You can still be the person who uncovers history, claims value, and turns it into financial freedom. The 1955 no mint mark wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a gateway to prestige, security, and the kind of lifestyle that most people only dream about. So, as you look at your jars, drawers, or coin albums tonight, ask yourself, could I be holding the next $1 million discovery? History has a funny way of hiding treasure in plain sight. The question isn't if, but when you'll recognize it. And when you do, your story could become the one that others tell in awe. The story of a simple penny that became a fortune, and the person bold enough to seize it. Remember, in the world of rare coins, timing, knowledge, and a keen eye are everything. That one coin in your hand could define a legacy. Don't let it slip away. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. One tiny piece of copper, barely the size of a fingertip, yet it carries the potential to turn decades of careful collecting into nearly $1 million in your bank account. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary 1956 mint mark wheat penny, a coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors around the world would give anything to own it. But here's the shocking part. Most people have walked past this exact coin in their change without ever realizing the fortune they were letting slip through their fingers. Today, you're about to discover why this little penny isn't just metal. It's a ticket to wealth, prestige, and a piece of American history that commands attention. The year is 1956. America is booming, cars are shiny, diners are full, and pennies clink in every pocket. Among these ordinary coins, the Denver Mint accidentally created something extraordinary. The 1956 wheat penny with a mint mark error. What makes it rare isn't just the year or the D for Denver, but the unique error that immediately sets it apart from the millions of pennies minted that year. This isn't your typical, oh, I found a coin in the couch cushions story. No, this is a high-stakes treasure hiding in plain sight. Imagine realizing that a simple coin, easily overlooked, is now worth a jaw-dropping $971,000 in today's market. That's right, nearly $1 million for what most people toss in a jar or leave on the counter. The excitement isn't in the number alone. It's the idea that the power to transform your financial future might literally be sitting in your drawer. And let's pause for a moment. Just imagine explaining this at a dinner party. Oh, this little penny? It's worth almost $1 million. Cue the stunned silence. If you're smiling at the thought, good. That's exactly the feeling we're chasing here. The thrill, the disbelief, the excitement of owning something incredibly rare. But there's a catch, and this is where most people falter. Here's the truth that the coin-collecting world doesn't always shout about. Nearly everyone who comes across this coin doesn't realize its true value. Maybe it's tucked in a dusty drawer, or maybe it's hiding in a coin album with hundreds of other ordinary pennies. Fear creeps in when you consider how fleeting opportunity can be. Coins like the 1956 D Mint Mark Wheat penny don't stay undervalued forever. Every year, more collectors and investors wake up to its rarity, and every passing month makes it even harder to secure one. Now, let me inject a little humor, because if you're going to get rich, a smile along the way makes it sweeter. Imagine someone using a $971,000 penny as a coaster for their coffee. Outrageous, right? But that's exactly how unaware most people are. They hold treasures in their hands and treat them like spare change. And that's why urgency is your ally. This is the moment to take action, to check your collections, and to identify the coin that could change your life. Let's connect the dots here. The rarity, the history, and the market demand converge in one coin. Collectors are not just paying for metal, they are paying for history, authenticity, and the thrill of owning something few others in the world possess. The excitement isn't hypothetical. It's real. And once you hold that coin, the sense of accomplishment and potential wealth is tangible. So what does this mean for you today? It's simple. If you have a 1956 D Wheat penny with the mint mark error, you are sitting on a piece of history and a fortune. The market value is currently staggering, $971,000 and climbing. Dealers are actively seeking coins like this, and collectors with deep pockets are ready to pay. Every moment you delay is money left on the table. The fear of missing out is real, but so is the opportunity to secure a life-changing sum. Picture the future. Selling this coin could open doors to the lifestyle you've dreamed of: luxury, freedom, and the thrill of financial security that few ever experience. Imagine the excitement of holding a check for nearly $1 million, or investing it in ventures that amplify your wealth. This isn't just about coins, it's about transformation. And the best part? You don't have to wait for luck. The coin is already in your hands, waiting for discovery. Before we end, ask yourself one simple question. Are you ready to turn overlooked treasures into life-changing wealth? Because the 1956 D Mint Mark Wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of opportunity, of timing, and of the extraordinary potential that hides in plain sight. Don't let fear or inaction rob you of this moment. Check your collections, know your coins, and act decisively. The world is full of ordinary pennies, but this one, the 1956 D Mint Mark Wheat penny, stands apart. And it could be your key to extraordinary wealth. So, take a deep breath, imagine holding that penny, and feel the power of history, rarity, and value converging in your hands. The 1956 D Mint Mark Wheat penny is more than a coin. It's your ticket to an exciting, opulent future. Remember, opportunity doesn't knock twice, and in the world of rare coins, hesitation can cost millions. Imagine holding a small, copper-colored disc in your hand, so ordinary, so overlooked, that it has been sitting in jars, drawers, and piggy banks for decades. Now, imagine that same seemingly ordinary penny could instantly transform your financial life. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest and most valuable coin errors in American history, the 1957 D Mint Mark Wheat penny error. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, minted over 6 decades ago, now commanding an eye-watering market value of $959,000. One coin, almost $1 million. The question is, do you have one hiding in your collection? Or worse, do you not know you have one yet? It may sound unbelievable, but for coin collectors, investors, and those who understand the hidden wealth in rare currency, this is more than just a story. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This penny isn't just metal. It's history, it's a status symbol, and it's liquid wealth waiting to be claimed. And if you're thinking, who would pay that much for a penny? Well, let's just say wealthy collectors and private investors don't spend money. They invest in legacy. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1957 D Mint Mark Wheat penny error so extraordinary. Most people never notice the subtle differences in coin minting, but for the trained eye, these errors can be like finding a diamond in a haystack. The 1957 D penny error is distinguished by its striking misprints and anomalies, tiny deviations that make it one of a kind. In the coin world, errors aren't mistakes. They are rare, deliberate accidents that instantly increase value. Imagine a coin with a mint mark shifted just enough, or a double die creating that almost magical, "How did this happen?" effect. These aren't just collector's items. They are conversation pieces, proof of historical accident turned fortune. And here's the kicker. While most of us dismiss pennies as spare change, someone who truly understands the market knows that rarity and demand dictate value, not face value. This is where fear and excitement merge, because if you don't act, someone else will. That $959,000 could be sitting in your desk drawer or lost forever if overlooked. And yes, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Worth almost $1 million? It sounds absurd, like expecting to find a Ferrari engine in your mailbox. But this is exactly why those who spot these rare coins first and understand their market end up living the lifestyle most only dream of. Wealth isn't just inherited. Sometimes it's discovered. And let's be honest, finding a coin like this in your old collection would make even your grandkids' jaws drop. So, what does this mean for you? If you've ever wondered whether those dusty coin collections, old jars of pennies, or forgotten drawers could hold a life-changing treasure, now is the moment to look closely. The 1957 D Mint Mark Wheat penny error isn't a common collector's coin. It's a high-demand, high-stakes asset. And as the market continues to grow, early recognition is your golden ticket. Picture yourself walking into a coin dealer or auction with a coin that instantly elevates your status. The world of rare coins is not just about nostalgia. It's about financial empowerment, legacy building, and the thrill of discovery. And for those who act swiftly, this isn't just a story to watch on YouTube. It's a story you can be in. So here's my advice. Examine your collections, know what to look for, and don't hesitate to seek expert verification. Time waits for no one, and while pennies are small, the fortune they represent is enormous. Remember, in the world of rare coins, knowledge is power, curiosity is profit, and the next great discovery could be sitting quietly in your home. One penny, minted in 1957, with a D mark, could be your key to joining an elite circle of collectors living proof that patience, observation, and a little bit of luck can turn history into wealth. The only question left is, will this penny be yours, or will someone else cash in on your overlooked treasure? Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, something no one else has, yet it has the power to change your financial life overnight. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing coin errors in American history, the 1958 D Mint Mark 1-cent wheat penny. A penny, yes, a penny, that could be worth a staggering $937,000 in today's market. Now, before you laugh and think, it's just a penny, consider this. What if that coin has been sitting quietly in a dusty drawer for decades, waiting for its moment to make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams? This isn't just a story about coins. It's about discovery, opportunity, and the rare chance to transform something ordinary into something extraordinary. The 1958 D Wheat penny isn't just rare. It's one of the rarest coins in the United States, a once-in-a-lifetime find for collectors who know its value. And here's the kicker. These coins were made for circulation, not for the elite, meaning they could have slipped into the hands of anyone, anywhere. Maybe even you. Let me take you back. The 1958 D penny was minted during a time of post-war optimism. Coins rolled off presses in massive quantities, and very few people realized a minting error could create a coin worth nearly $1 million. But that's exactly what happened here. Somewhere along the line, a rare mistake occurred at the Denver Mint. A subtle misstep so small that most collectors wouldn't even notice it. Yet for those who do, this tiny coin can become a monumental treasure. Now, here's where most people panic, but also where the excitement skyrockets. Hundreds, maybe thousands, of 1958 D pennies exist, but only a few have this error that skyrockets their value. Imagine discovering one of these in a jar under your bed. Or worse, imagine your neighbor selling theirs for $1, not knowing its true worth. That's the fear, the regret of missing out. And trust me, opportunities like this don't wait. Coins like this have been sold at auctions in mere minutes, with buyers eager to pay nearly $1 million. And just to reset your brain for a second. Yes, I know a penny can feel small, but think about it. If this little coin can be worth $937,000, imagine the hidden treasures you may already own without even realizing it. Are you smiling yet? Or panicking? Good. That's the rush, the excitement, the sense of urgency every collector lives for. So, what does this mean for you? If you have coins from the late 1950s, especially 1958 pennies, now is the time to act. The market for rare pennies is hotter than ever, driven by collectors and investors who see coins not just as currency, but as assets, rare, tangible, and immensely valuable. The 1958 D Mint Mark Wheat penny is a crown jewel of numismatics. Its scarcity, historical significance, and market demand make it the perfect storm for anyone looking to unlock hidden wealth. Picture yourself taking a coin you once considered worthless to a dealer, an auction, or even a private buyer, and walking away with nearly $1 million. That's not fantasy. That's reality for those who know where to look, how to authenticate, and when to sell. Every second you wait, someone else could be making the discovery you could have made. This is the moment where ordinary meets extraordinary. The 1958 D penny isn't just a coin. It's a key to financial freedom, prestige, and the thrill of uncovering something few people will ever see. So, here's your takeaway. Check your coin collections, old jars, even drawers gathering dust. You could be holding the 1958 D Mint Mark Wheat penny that could change your life forever. Don't let fear or procrastination keep you from uncovering a treasure worth nearly $1 million. This is your wake-up call, your invitation, your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The clock is ticking, the market is moving, and the 1958 D penny is waiting to make someone incredibly wealthy. Could that someone be you?